When I wanted to start doing gaming stuff, there were a lot of people who felt that you weren't ever going to do anything that really helped or affected people.
Of course, Lewis and I met playing World of Warcraft together. We were in a guild together.
There was a time where Street Fighter 2 especially was really big, and that was kind of when I first got into it. That was back when I was not even a teenager yet. I think I was like 12 or something.
There was a Swedish player named Jinro, a Croatian player named Deadman, a Danish player named Avilov, a Brazilian named Odin, and the Russian Terrans. And on that list, I think, well, I guess only 2 of them really spoke English.
There was a lot of drama in the guild. There was a lot of friendships made, a lot of battles fought.
Me and my brother would just take turns playing the games and bouncing off of each other to see who could get farther and who died, and then one took over. And we were going through a rough time with our parents' divorce, but that never really came into play because we were able to share so much time and experience together.
Any question I had about my gameplay, I brought to these 10 players. We played a bazillion hours until finally it was time to fly off to Cancun, Mexico for the Pan American Championship.
And we did really well, and that's basically how the Yogscast was born, from us killing things in a game together. And now we kill things in real life together. No, we don't. We don't.
There was one particular game release that I had a big thing for that I really enjoyed playing, and that was a game called Melty Blood. You know, although this game was not very popular at the time, we decided that we were going to host our own tournaments, and we did this. You know, we would bring like laptops around because this was a PC game, and you know, we would host our own events.
And we quickly installed the Unreal Tournament Game of the Year edition. So every day at school, for about an hour, I could take a break from all this bullshit, all these people that would pick on me. You know, I was a nerd, I was ugly and fat, and I would just have a giant LAN party with like 20 people.
When people are going through tough times, there's really no telling what they'll do. And I think Mario 64 kind of kept me away from doing bad things that I might have done otherwise. When
Japan was hit with the tsunami, I had said, hey guys, if we hit, let's say, 6,000, I'll do a 24-hour live stream. And I thought there was no way that we were gonna hit $6,000. And then we wound up raising, I think, almost 13,000.
And you know, eventually I found that what we were doing, although it may not have been special to other people, I felt that I wanted to capture those moments and I wanted to, you know, record them for the future. The fighting game community, I think, is a really beautiful thing. It really helped me to get to where I am these days. Before this, you know, I had jobs, but these were not things I was ever satisfied with. Versus with the fighting game community, you know, whether it's capturing events or me entering tournaments, I find that there's always, you know, an enjoyment there, and that I really enjoy hanging out with this crew and all the people involved.
I felt like I belonged somewhere because, you know, I was good at Unreal Tournament. I was usually on the top of the leaderboards. I mean, granted, a lot of the people in that class were people who had never played it before or whatever, but it still felt good that I could hang out with these people who I didn't really know, but at the time they were friends. They were my friends because we were playing a video game together.
The fun wasn't actually in the win itself. The fun was in the fact that I went home to 10 ecstatic friends, only 2 of whom who really spoke English, but 10 friends nonetheless, who were able to share the whole experience with me.
On top of that, Mario 64 was the game that I really, really wanted to play when I was a kid, along with Pokemon Red and Blue, because it was what all my friends were playing that had video games, and I didn't have video games. I feel like both Mario 64 and Pokemon Red and Blue are games that I owe everything to. They resulted in so many friendships that I gained over the years. This YouTube channel would not exist. All the people that I've met as a result of this YouTube channel would not have happened.
Specifically with gaming, there are so many kids that when they go online, they're like, you know, I wanna be playing video games or watching video games, and then they go onto some sort of a streaming site and they see that there's a charity drive going on. So I think that it's a really good way to encourage kids really early on to be thinking about how they can help people.
And I applaud every time I see a new co-op game get released or a new multiplayer game get released, because I know that, you know, even if it's not that successful, you know, that one game allows, you know, 2 siblings, you know, brothers, sisters, it allows that one family to have an opportunity to play together.